Hello, this is part 2 of how to make changes to your Joomla website content in Joomla version 2.5. So here's all the text that we just added in just for fun. Let's go ahead and put a picture in there. So this is the back end of our site. And just in case you didn't see the first one, we are working on the writing page. And so inside of our list of articles, we just find the one called writing. And it opens up a window that has all of the content that is in the main portion of that screen. So in other words, this content right here in the back end of your site where you're doing editing is what's showing up right there. So let's put an image at the front of this. So what you do is you put your cursor where you want your image to be, and then you scroll down here to where it says image, and you just click that. All of the images that are stored in your website are stored in this folder. Well, all the ones that are in your articles and in your modules. You may have some galleries that are external or saved somewhere else, but all the ones that are in this, the main part of your website, all of those are in there. And then usually everything on the side is called a module. Everything on the left and right side, those are modules. And so all the images that are in your modules are in there as well, for the most part. There are a couple of exceptions where that may not be true, but 90% of the time, 95% of the time, that is definitely the case. And if someone else built it for you, then it should be the case, because that way you don't have to try to figure out how to get into your hosting account to add or change images. So the way you bring in new images is you go to the browse button, and then you find it. So let's just pick something neat and random. How about this one? That's kind of pretty. Oh, no, that's better. Let's do this one. So what I did was I picked choose file, and I went into my hard drive and found the picture that I wanted to insert, and then I'm going to click start upload, and it's going to bring it from my computer into this little window. And this is the one that I brought in. So to put it in, you just click it, and you click insert, and voila, there it is. I like this one. It's kind of funny. So let's refresh so that you can see what it looks like on the site before we kind of format it a little bit. When we put it in there, you could see that it's like just kind of at the top by itself. And so, you wouldn't want it to be like this. You would want the text to be up along the side. And the way you do that is actually really, really easy. You click the picture, and then you click left align. And that's it. So let's take a look at how that looks. One thing I should mention that I mentioned in part 1, just in case you didn't see that one, the website that we're using is the corporate website for creative thinking. And when you see things move like it just did, it's just because this is a responsive website and it moves to fit the screen of the user. And so when you see things moving, it's just the awesomeness of this site. That's all. All right, so you got the text on the side here, but you've got this issue of space right here. So let me show you how to fix that. You click on the image, and then you click this little insert edit image button. And when this opens up, it'll give you the opportunity to add vertical space, which is space to the top and the bottom, or horizontal space, which is space to the left and the right. 10 pixels is usually what I like to use, 10 to 15 depending on the rest of the design of the site. But when I click update, what you're going to see is you're going to see space come in between right here. What you're also maybe not going to see is that there's also going to be space right here, because horizontal space gives it a margin on both the left and right sides. So okay, so you probably saw it move over a little bit all the way, but you also saw the right side open up. And so when we click save and then refresh our page, it'll open up a little space on both sides, which over here, that's good. And in this particular one, you can't really tell because there's only one line right here, but it has also put space over here to the right, and to the left, and so you don't really want that. So let me show you how to fix that. This is the most advanced this tutorial will get, because it's important for you to know how to do that. So you click your picture and you click HTML. HTML is the code that writes everything. So I'm going to keep it really simple. So you look for your picture, which is right here. Everything inside of the brackets is what's telling the internet to load your picture. Basically, is the situation. And so when we put in 10 pixels on the horizontal side setting, it added these two lines to the um, to the script. It added margin left, margin right. So since we don't want it on the left, it's as simple as deleting that out of there. And when I click update, you'll see that it'll move back over, but we'll still have the right side over here, that margin there. And that's what it did. And so we're just going to save and then refresh, and then you'll be able to see that it moved this back over to the left hand the left side align, so that it's right in line with, okay, well, actually, when it did that, it made more room, so it bumped that line back up. But if it continued down, you'd see that the text down beneath the picture would line up perfectly with the edge, and that's how you want it. So that's it. The other thing I want to show you how to do, you will probably want to hyperlink something sometime. Hyperlink meaning, let's see, welcome to your website company. So if this were, well, and you might want to do this for SEO, but it's kind of not the right thing to do. But let's say that this, instead of saying welcome to your SEO company, let's say that we were welcome to your website company. Let's say that you were talking about some sort of topic, like if you sell cupcakes. Welcome to my cupcake store, powered by Amazon.com. You sell cupcakes through Amazon. I don't know how you could do that, but all right. So let's say that you want to link straight to your page where you sell cupcakes on Amazon.com with this text here as a hyperlink. So what you do is you highlight it, and then it's actually really easy. You just click the little chain link button, and it pops up this window. And what you'll do is you'll type in your URL right there. And so www.amazon.com / well, let's leave it like that, but you would put, my cupcake store, whatever the actual domain name is, but let's leave it like that so you can see it actually happens. Target means you want it to open either in the same window that they're in, or you wanted to do a new pop-up window, and yes, you definitely want it to do that. And then you can title it for SEO purposes, which is really good, or just for tool tips like the pop-up. When they roll over it, it'll tell them what this link is going to do. So go to our cupcake store. Okay, class, you can leave that alone. And so then you click insert, and now you have a little hyperlink there. So back on the front, let's click save, and then back on the front, you will now have a link where when we click it, it's going to open up into a new window. And look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And your tooltip pops up that says go to our cupcake store. So when I click it, it opened a brand new window, and it's going to take us to Amazon.com, and that's how you put in a hyperlink. A couple of other things that you can do with hyperlinks, especially if you have a blog page on your site, you can bring in external links from trusted and reliable resources, actually like Amazon, which is taking forever to load for some reason. But you can pull those things in and have external links or links that go out from your site to other sites that are trusted and highly ranked. You can also do a line of text that says, if you have a question, send me an email. And on send me an email, you can hyperlink that text to open up an email window so that they can send it straight to you. And so I'm just going to go ahead and close this. I don't know what, apparently Amazon is, I don't know, but it never opened. But that's how you do that. So the other thing that we talked about earlier that you would change other than articles is modules. Let's go back to the homepage so that I can kind of give you an explanation of the difference between articles and modules. And let's go ahead and close out of our writing article. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm gonna that's the music from the homepage. I know some people say that You shouldn't put music on your homepage, but I like it and it's motivational and that's my job, so it stays. Okay, so the difference between articles and modules. In this site, um, since it's kind of a blog site, I'm going to turn it off. Since it's kind of a blog site, everything, well, actually, in every site, really, everything over to in the main content area. Sorry, I just accidentally refreshed it. Everything over in the content area on the left. Well, it's not always on the left. Sometimes there's a left menu or something like that. Everything that's in a main content area is an article. That's really the only way to describe it. And everything else, pretty much, if it's not a main content, if it's not something in the main content area, pretty much everything else in your site is going to be a module. Everything. A good way to describe a module is like, well, I mean, looking at these, each one of these is a module. It's basically a compact space that's been defined to hold something independent of everything else. It's like a box. It's like a, yeah, it's like a little, like an inbox sort of thing, where each little inbox cubby has its own content, and that's what a module is. So when you're looking at your site, you most likely have a left side panel, a panel over here, or right side panel, or both, and so everything on those two sides are modules. So let's make a quick change in a module real quick. Just trying to look at something that I could change for you really quickly. Well, let's just put a funny quote in here. So the way you find your module is the same way you find your articles, by the title. So in here we go to extensions, module manager, and the title of the one we're going to change right now is called, it says we do writing and graphic design. One thing I like to do when I get into the module manager, you see all these red X's, red dots. That means that these are things that I have in here that are not turned on. Like I have a lot of video plugins and cool galleries and stuff like that that I found and didn't work or worked well for me for right now, and I didn't want to get rid of them because I might want to use them later, or a lot of reasons. But anyway, so what I did just then was I go to select status and do published, so that way you can only see the ones that are open. Whenever I build a site for someone, I always do the same thing in theirs that I do in mine. I have all this stuff in there that I might one day want to use, but I just turn it off, so to speak, so that it doesn't show up on the website itself. So module manager, we went to the published ones. This shows you everything that's actually live on your site right now. We do writing and graphic design is the one that we're wanting to make a change to, so we click it and it opens up, and it's exactly like the article was as far as the area that we're going to change right here. That's it. So let's see something funny. The same goes here as far as changing all of these things in your module. I wouldn't do it because, you know, you have the potential to seriously mess something up in your site. And since this tutorial is not about how to use Joomla, it's about how to edit the content, we're just going to stick with that. So, well, that'll be my quote. Stick with the content. So let's just save that just so that you can see that it's just a simple process for editing the content of your site. And when we refresh it, my quote will now be different, and this tutorial will be done. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to go to getcreativethinking.com. Use the, we're here right now. You can go to the Hire Us button, and you can either use one of these methods to contact us or fill out the contact form right here and send me an email. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can post a comment in the bottom. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Oh, and happy growing.